Boom. Friday,
guys.
Friday float
Casual
day.
Friday.
Casual Friday. Thought it was Military Green Friday. Rudy
You
came
didn't
in
get the
with
memo.
I didn't get the memo.
That's all right. That's all right.
I missed a lot of
Check
memos.
your email.
Check your email. There's only 376 of them.
That's not that many.
No, we switched over to a new system, and it's just like it's kind of hard to keep track because it's all tiny and
No, it is. I know.
so
It's
many
different.
bells and whistles, and I'm like, I missed my old system.
Yeah. Speaking of systems, like, you ever in something? We all do this. Like, we're in the center of something, and it's hard to see what the system should be. You think it should be a certain way until you get on the outside, look in. I told you guys I just got off the phone with my buddy Fadi from Canada. Right? We were talking and
Canada.
yeah, Canada, baby. He gave some good advice, and I called him to tell him, like, I was being real. I said, hey, texted him yesterday after our conversation, and actually Ed and I were talking yesterday as well, and I said, I'm going to text a couple of friends. I think a lot of us in life have resources in front of us, and we don't utilize them. And I'm not saying Fadi's a resource, he's a friend of mine, but...
Friends are resources, though. It's not that you're using it, but
there you go.
Friendships are definitely resources.
Yes, yeah. So, I was talking to Ed, and like, man, I'm going to figure it out. I have a plan and I have a vision. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, almost like I thought to myself with Cody and Maritza's roles, like, this is stupid. And it's like, what? And I said, I have friends that were exactly where I'm at in my business growth and development.
Right.
And are where I want to be. They've already done it.
Yeah.
They're friends. I'm sure they wouldn't mind me calling them and talking to them.
Right.
And asking them.
Yeah.
So I did. I hit him up, said, hey, Fadi, miss you, man. Hope everything's good. Got a lot going on and would love to talk to you and pick your brain. I said, cool, call me anytime. So I called him outside, talked to him, told him where I was, told him the growth and the progression and the good stuff that's taken place since I've joined the Tony Robbins group.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff, a lot of growth and development that we've all seen and
Absolutely.
we've all benefited from.
Totally.
Yeah.
But I also told him I just feel like I'm falling short, man. A little bit disappointed in myself. And I'm struggling with some changes that I feel like I need to make as an owner. And he gave me some incredible insight, which really blew my mind because we see out of the glasses that we see out of, right?
Yeah.
In life. He gave me a different set of glasses.
Nice.
And the clarity that I received in that moment, just the one picture that he gave me has my mind spinning in a whole other direction. And it's brought me from here, feeling like, I'm over here, to whom here.
Now you have a plan.
Now you gotta focus. Now
I have a plan and now I have
Yeah.
a focus.
Yeah.
So it's exciting, man. And I guess the point of it, what I'm getting at is we all have scenarios in life, situations. I mean, if you don't mind, I'm going to bring something up yesterday. We were talking. We've all been going through stuff. Life's heavy.
Yeah.
Business shifts, changes. We're growing, we're expanding, we're building the new bank.
Right.
There's a lot going on.
Tons.
And it's easy to get pulled in so many directions and overwhelmed. And I
Yeah.
told you, I was very vulnerable. I've never really felt the way I felt yesterday where I was like, almost like, why am I having a hard time breathing? I was like, is this what I don't even want to say anxiety feels like or stress, mass stress. I'm like, being pulled in so many directions. And I'm like, where do I reach? I'm going to listen to this podcast, listen to that. And I don't think it's a bad thing. Podcasts are good. I mean, I'm just saying. But in that moment, I realized it's good to seek counsel. But where am I seeking my counsel? Man, I might be seeking in the wrong direction. So what did we do?
We went to the Word.
We went to the Word, man.
We went to the Word.
We went to the Word. We prayed together. We lived on each other. We went in the book of Proverbs. We sought wisdom. And we got to talk. And it gave me more clarity. And I think that was part of the decision that I made later was, okay, I went to the Word. We went to the Word. My brothers and my sisters went to the Word. We went in prayer. We sought direction. And then talking to Ed, he came later. And I think that helped me to realize, hey, I don't have to figure this out. In this scenario, I have a friend who's done that. Let me seek out the resources that we have in front of us.
And did he describe to you, yeah, Joe, I know exactly what you're talking about. I was right here. And so he had already overcome. He had already gotten through that aha moment. And you got to save all that time by being able to benefit from his experience.
Bro.
That one interaction pays for the Tony Robbins membership,
For the
if
membership,
you leverage it properly. That's just one phone call, right? And you've had many phone calls. You've had many interactions like that, right?
Yeah.
So
I have. And
like,
he gave me 4 years in a call.
That's
His
amazing.
journey. He told me when I got the company to where I was to 4 years later, this is what it took.
Wow.
And I'm like, you just gave me 4 years of knowledge because you love me.
One phone call.
Because you care.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I always say, when you want something, and you've heard me say this before, like when you want something, you want to manifest something, materialize whatever, you're gonna be giving obstacles, problems to solve, to see if you really want to go down that right path, you know. So when you feel like these feelings of anxiety or like, oh, what's going on, that's a good thing, because it's like it's sharpening you to go and do the thing that you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So ever since the Tony Robbins training, I see obstacles and problems as differently. They're not bad things.
Yeah.
They're not bad.
They're opportunities.
They're opportunities.
That's right.
It's a solution to find. It's a puzzle to solve. You know. So when we look at these problems, hey, we're gonna grow, because remember, when we're comfortable, we don't grow.
Yeah.
That's something I've been reminding myself. I've had a pretty uncomfortable year, and I feel like I turned a corner maybe like a couple weeks ago.
You have.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm further removed from like the mindset that I was a little while ago. And you're right. Like I've been encountering different little issues, working on the DU thing, and John Casals calling me, oh, I can't log in, I can't run DU, and before, my attitude to that was like, oh my God, why can't this just work?
Right.
Why is it so hard?
Right.
And I was like, dude, this is great. Like, I'm gonna figure this out, and as I figure it out, I'm gonna learn more about this system and further prove my efficacy of the job I'm trying to do here. Because now I know a lot more about like the internals of that portal and the inner workings and managing the access to the users. And I wouldn't have been able to do that had John not brought that problem to me. And so I was glad he brought it to me. And
Nice.
he was super appreciative. He's like, oh, I need to get you lunch or something. I was like, you're good, and reach out anytime, because that's good stuff.
But you see, again, a shift in that mind, a shift in that problem. You were like, okay, it's an opportunity.
Absolutely.
Boom, and you've gained more knowledge from it.
Definitely.
That's what everybody needs to view problems as it's an opportunity to grow.
Yeah.
Opportunity to grow, and sharpen those skills. So feeling like that's not a bad thing. Ooh, we got coffee.
Oh my gosh.
Coffee.
Thank you,
Look at you. I'm all
So Maritza, she.
What kind of coffee is this?
Cubano.
Cubano. Yeah.
Maritza.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, girl.
So we'll take our
All right.
Cubano shot.
Cheers. To the Cubanos.
To the Cubanos. So Maritza came on board, a couple months ago?
Oh yeah, huge blessing, man. So she was at Keller Williams.
She was
EXP?
at Keller Williams, but then she went to another brokerage.
Yeah, came over and gave incredible insight.
Yeah.
Talk about looking through a different set of lenses. When the market shifted, and it shifted. Whether people want to admit that or not.
Oh, it
Rates
did.
going
I don't
from
think you
2s
can
and
deny
3s
that.
to 7s or 8s. There was a shift, and people took a step back, and it came to a place where we had to say, okay, it's not the same way it was. We can't keep doing the same things, expecting better or the same results, because it's different. Well, she helped us create a system, which is our 12-week in a year plan, or 1 year and 12-week plan, which is pretty much a structured system for agents to follow, loan originators to follow, to help build their business.
Yeah.
Which was huge. And if she wasn't here, would we have figured it out? Maybe, but going back to resources, utilizing the resources in front of you. She had knowledge that she was able to bring to the table that we were able to implement and put into practice, and has already generated me clientele, others clientele as well.
Exactly.
Got more exposure to the company, helped us with recruiting. I mean, it's been phenomenal.
Well, the thing
She's
is-
very clearly on it.
Yeah.
She's on it.
You don't play no games.
No, she
And
don't.
she makes Cubanos. And she's
Just
cleaning the fridge.
Yeah,
It's
I will
amazing.
say there's one
Thank
negative.
you for joining us,
one
Maritza.
negative.
I'm glad you're on our
I hooked
team.
on Cubanos again. That's the one negative.
But the thing is, we're receptive to being open to new ideas that we weren't seeing.
Yeah.
We weren't seeing, but
Yeah.
that's the beauty about our company, is like we're very open. You got an idea? Let's explore it.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I love about you is like you're not afraid to like. You don't have ego where it's like, well, I have way more experience to you. I know what I'm doing.
No.
You're like, I want to listen.
Yes.
I want to see your insights, because You said it before. I can learn from a 7-year-old.
Yep, I do. I learn
can.
from Hunter all the time.
Yeah, you can.
I
You
learn
can.
patience.
I learned patience. So, but yeah, no, it's beauty that you know that you're open to things to change, and that's important because this business is always evolving.
It is.
It's always evolving, and not just our business, but other businesses. They're always evolving, and if you don't evolve with it, you're gonna fail.
No, that's it. And the cool thing is, like, businesses evolve, they develop, they grow, technology changes. The beauty of this, though, the one constant is the human factor.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Treating people with respect, putting people first, loving people, letting them know, like, hey, you know, it's not just about this. Like, not just about this. It's you first. We love you. We care. We want to help you. We want to impact you. We want to make you better. That in itself, that's the beauty of it and all the change, because everything changes all the time. That's the one constant, and that's the beauty of Family Tree is our heart.
No,
the heart of who we are.
it's funny how you mentioned that because yesterday I got a phone call from my brother. He's like, hey, because he referred over someone.
Yes.
You know, because my brother.
He's been referring to a few people.
Oh my God, he's referring.
Yeah.
And now he's all like, hey, his friend has been talking to hit their friends, and they're like, dude, they're helping me out more than the last person did.
Right on.
They're like, oh my gosh, like I've been talking with all my friends, so we may have to open an office in Bakersfield.
Right. That may be part of our spiral expansion.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, and I don't know, man, tell me if I'm wrong, your brother's generating a lot of opportunities. Mm-hmm. I think we recruit him, educate him, train him, show him the Family Tree way, and he helps us launch an office in Bakersfield.
You know,
It's probably the only way to do that.
Right?
Yeah.
I did talk to him about it, and he's open to it.
He's open. Really? Right on, man. Getting another ride would be priceless.
That would be great.
Right?
The thing with real estate, though, where, I mean, I remember when I got started in it, and it was actually a different office who was originally trying to recruit me, the Marufos.
Yes,
right?
That's right.
You know, their son Andre was like, hey, my parents will show you, and you know, you can work for them when you get your license.
Yeah.
And it looks really flashy. You see like the Instagram realtors, right? Oh, I get to be my own boss, come and go as I please, to do, you know, like you don't have the manager breathing down your neck, you're your own business owner. And I feel like that is what attracts a lot of people. But it's hard.
Yeah.
And I've discovered that real estate is something that you actually have to want to do. And you not just want the reward at the end, because who doesn't want a big commission check? Everybody wants a big check, right? Yeah. But you have to want to do the work, and it's not all that glamorous all the time. You're not always touring a $3 million house in Beverly Hills. Yeah. You know, there's a lot that there's a lot of like mud you have to army crawl through before you can even dream of getting to that moment with your $3 million listing. And I think that's the point that a lot of people miss when they get into real estate is they think, oh, I'm going to sleep until noon, I'm going to make 2 phone calls, and I'm going to make 6 figures. Yeah. And it's like, no, you're going to work for free a lot. Like a lot.
I don't think people understand that.
But working for free is fine if you want to do the work. You know what I mean? It's just a completely different thing. And I think when you have like that servant's mindset, right? And you actually do derive your personal value and your sense of importance from being able to help others, that's when you can decide whether or not you're going to be a good realtor. Because a lot of people, I think they get into it, and I'll be honest, like I got into it to serve myself. Yeah. And it wasn't until I got here and I was exposed to like the corporate philosophy of this place of like what the job really means. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right on. And what does it mean?
It means that you have to want it, and you got to put the people first, you know?
Yeah. And we do it. We don't just say it, we live it.
Absolutely.
You know, we really do. And your client, or your new client that your brother referred to you, saying that, you know, others that we've dealt with, and just the community outreach, the 777, you know, the vision of do for others first and don't worry about the check. You know, the check, we were talking to Hugo the other day from Tower, and it was a great talk, man.
Great talk.
He was just saying, and it was actually kind of cool because he was saying a lot of great things about our company from an outsider looking in, and what we're doing, and the serving and giving, and he sees it, which was nice. It's encouraging to know that even others that aren't here, and we hear it all the time from other agents. Stephanie Bell that just joined our team, amazing young lady. We're blessed to have her. Her cousin, who's at Keller Williams. She's a high up at Keller Williams, a team leader.
Okay.
She told her, "Oh, you're at that company? Oh, I've heard nothing but good things about that company.
Heck
They do
yeah.
a lot of great things over there." And that's what we want, the reputation that precedes us. And it's not about us. They do a lot of great things. Yeah, it's great to say, man, they close a ton of business. And we do. We do well.
Yep.
Even in the market shift, I think we closed 13, 14, 15 in May.
That's great.
Donated over 10,000 meals to Feeding America, over $1,000 in our scholarship foundation, and over 100 trees planted.
Yeah.
That's a really big deal.
Yeah.
But it wasn't about, they're closing so many deals.
No.
The heart from Hugo and her cousin and the others are like, wow, they do a lot of great things over there.
We helped that many people.
We help that many people. We do a lot of good things in the community. And I think that when we really, and it wasn't a buy-in. No one had to buy in because the heart of the company is the heart of the company. And not everybody fits in certain places.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that anything's wrong with one person or the other. It's just, you belong where you belong, and that's where your home is. It's almost like finding a home church, like nothing's
Totally.
wrong with that church, but I just feel like this is where I'm meant to be. Like
Right.
I feel at home here.
Yeah.
Or a gym, like going to a gym, like that gym's not vibing, but man, I like that power gym. I like this room or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it's really cool, man, to see.
Well, we had our guest yesterday, because yesterday we had our Thursday meeting, and our guest, he texted me like, dude, I'm loving the vibe of your office.
Nice.
Says
That was Danny.
Yeah, that's Danny,
Yeah.
I feel like we get that a lot, right? Because
Yeah.
that's not that's the two examples, right? But we get that a lot.
Yeah.
We really do.
No,
And
we
I
really
think that maybe sometimes like it's something we take for granted a little bit even. Because we're so used to it and this is all we know. This
Yeah.
is the only real estate office I've ever worked for.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm sure if I went to a Keller Williams or I went to a Century 21, not that they're not good real estate offices, but I'm sure if I got there it'd be like, what are you guys
Just a little different.
doing?
Yeah. And not that anything's wrong with them.
Yeah, totally.
But it's just different. And that's why, like the talk with Fadi outside, he said, Joe, you're an owner. He's like, your clients are your agents. He said, you need to recruit more. He said, get out there. And I thought about it, and I'm like, we do.
Yeah.
We have a great environment that's conducive to growth. And the cool thing, not just growth in the business, but personal growth.
Absolutely.
Which is, you've mentioned it many times.
Hugely, yeah. No, this coming into here and working here has been a huge life-changing thing. Not again, just like you're saying with the business side and the closings, which is great. But I feel I've never worked in such a positive, healthy environment. Used to working, working for your dad is a whole thing, and then I worked for a restaurant, and that super toxic, right? And that you bring that home with you.
Yeah.
That stuff attaches to you, and you carry that with you. It becomes part of your personality, and so
that's right.
to be able to be in this positive environment. I remember when I first came here, I felt like awkward.
Did you really?
Because it was like no one's yelling at each other, no one's cussing, there's no interpersonal drama. Like I wasn't used to it being.
Something's wrong.
It's like you're used to sleeping
When's it
on
gonna
rocks,
blow up?
and now there's a proper mattress. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, oh man, I'm not comfortable on the mattress yet because I'm
Bro.
used to sleeping in the dirt.
That is awesome, man. No, and you've brought a lot of love to the room, bro.
You did.
And that's the beauty. It's everybody. We all do.
Yeah,
That's right.
You know what I mean? The ones that belong here. We've even had some leave and come back. We have had Liz leave. Everywhere she goes, every company she was at, she went to 2 or 3 companies, she would tell everybody about us.
Yeah.
And now she's back home and generating business and opportunities. And she's brought some folks in and tells them, and it's like, wow, man, it's cool. But she needed to go out and find that.
Yeah.
Right.
You mentioned something.
What's
we don't know what we have at times because we're in it, right?
Right.
We might take it for granted and
100%.
take
Absolutely.
that for what it is because this is just the way it is.
Yeah.
But it's really not just the way it is.
No, it's super special.
It really is,
I took
man.
my month break at the beginning of this year. I was gone, and I missed it. I was like, oh man, like, I want to talk to Rudy. I want to talk to Joe. I want to be around the boys. You know what I mean? Like coming into here, and you have this room full of people who really like no one's out to get each other. I've never experienced any kind of like real. Like gnarly drama. I mean, like family has little quarrels, right? We talked about this little yesterday,
We do, yeah.
right? But it's never been to like, man. I remember when I worked at the restaurant, everyone like had it was like in the first Harry Potter movie. They had Lord Voldemort on the back of their head. You had to watch out for everybody. You had to watch what you said. You had to watch who you talk to. If I tell this person this, well, they're friends with so and so and so and so. It was so cliquey and like. That's all I was used to. I worked at that restaurant almost 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was your environment.
That's what
That's what you thought life was.
Yeah, I was like,
That's what it was for a while.
can't talk to people, can't trust anybody. You piss
Yeah.
this person off, there goes your shift. Someone's gonna say this, rumor here. It was just
Wow.
so. I was working at that restaurant, and I got another job. I bought my house, right? And I'd been with this restaurant a long time. I started there when I was 16.
Wow.
And these people knew I was buying a house. I was telling everybody. I was so excited. Oh, guys, I'm buying a house. I'm buying a house. As soon as I bought the house, they cut my shifts down. They took my important shifts, my like Friday night shift or whatever that was, hours and tips, and they knew what they were doing. So I said, all right, screw it. Got a bunch of resumes made, and I went to a restaurant in Redlands, Olive and Citrus, fancy 5-star restaurant, and I saw how much pride they took in every little detail. Like the napkin isn't folded right, you're gonna get scolded. Which I was into that because it's like cool, like that's the quality.
High standard.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I go back I work morning shift at the 5-star restaurant, taking everything super seriously, and then I go do my afternoon shift at the other restaurant. And there's this, cook in the back on the line. I was doing the job called Expo, where basically you put together the plates of food. The main entree comes in, and the sides come in from here, and the sides come in from here. Salad bars back here. You put it all together, and either you run it out or the food runner runs it out. And there was a cook back there, and he throws his bag of vegetables. They heat up the vegetables in like a little, plastic baggie, and he throws it, and it spills all over the stainless steel countertop. And there's maybe like a quarter of the vegetables still left in the bag. And I tell him, I said, hey, get me a new bag of vegetables. I can't serve this food. It just spilled everywhere. The customer is paying full price for this vegetable serving, and now they're getting less than half. And he got aggressive with me, and I told him, you're being a bitch right now. Maybe you have to bleep this, right?
No, it's
and
fine.
he said,
we're raw.
He was like, call me a bitch again. I said, you're being a bitch right now. And he comes around out of the kitchen and gets all up in my face. And he said, call me a bitch again. And I said, you're a
You did.
right? He's a lot bigger than me.
You can bleep the F word.
A lot bigger than me. Picks me up and slams me on the ground.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah, I kid you not. And by the time I like scrambled to get to my feet to start throwing my hands, like the whole kitchen was full of people, right? Pulling us apart. Yeah, like straight up, like fighting each other, right? That's where I came from. That's where I was before I got here, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whereas
boy.
like if I were to tell Rudy this would never happen, like, hey Rudy, we need to get the TDS filled out, right? What? Rudy's not going to pick me up and slam me. He's going to be like, you know what? You're right. Or if there's something lacking and we need to make that correct for the customer or the client.
Man.
In this environment, no one's going to get in your face and say, call me a bitch again. Like, that's not how we...
We're going to encourage. We're going to build each other up. We're going to learn together. Yesterday, Rudy and I had... what's the word? We had a difference of opinion.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You were there. What did we do? We went back and forth, and we came to a conclusion that we're both right.
But neither of you crossed that line.
no.
Like, you can see in both your facial expressions, 'cause I was sitting literally in between the two of you, right? You could tell on your face that you were tense, and you could tell looking at Rudy, you guys both super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But you never crossed the line during that entire conversation of being uncomfortable to being disrespectful to
We're
one another.
grown-ass men. We worked through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And guess what? We came up with a freaking solution that is now called, what did we name it yesterday?
Oh, man.
New Agent Boot Camp?
Oh.
Or what was it called?
I don't know.
It was something boot camp, right? Now it's a 3-part training.
Right.
Instead of just one, now it's A, B, C. And it's going to be better for the team.
Because-
better for us.
Yeah, because I think they're gonna experience our strength.
Yes.
We're gonna teach them with our strength. Like,
Yes.
I'm really good with like the nuts and bolts. And you're good at the.
And I'm good at the boom, boom, boom.
boom, boom, boom.
You know, like, ba-da-da, and then boom. So now they're going to have what it takes to go now, and they're going to have the true education behind it so that they can explain and build confidence in the clients, and then they're going to have practical application.
Yeah.
All three.
Yeah.
Boom. And that came together through us,
Through that uncomfortable process. That's where it was
But again,
forged.
remember what I said earlier? Like, you don't grow unless you're uncomfortable.
Exactly. And I don't want to sit in the room with somebody that's going to tell me everything I want to freaking hear.
Yeah.
I need to hear what I need to hear so that I can freaking grow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
If you're in a yes room where everybody's just going to tell you exactly what you want to hear,
You're almost blinded.
you're blinded.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting the real deal.
We're not getting the real deal. No, we're not growing. We're not receiving. True love and true brotherhood and friendship is like, hey, sometimes I gotta tell you, bro, it's saying good. This is gonna hurt what I'm gonna say right now, but you need to hear this so that you can grow, or
Right.
vice versa. I need to hear it. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Me and Ed were here yesterday. He was worried about coming in because he's like, I have some things to say, and I don't know if you're gonna like it. I was okay with it.
Yeah.
And guess what? It was good. Now we have a system. We have a plan for him and I and our relationship and growth moving forward. It's like, boom, this is good, man. No, and I said, maybe, and I'll tell you this. Maybe a couple years ago, I might have handled things differently, but I've grown.
Yeah.
We're all progressively growing.
Totally.
I've
Like, you literally grown.
I I want wise counsel, right?
Yeah.
And I want to hear the things that I don't want to hear. That's what I want to hear, because that's where I'm gonna grow.
Yeah.
Literally, that's the truth behind a real person in front of you, man. That's what's important.
Totally.
Mark. It really is. So, no, that's good, man. So before we wrap up,
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys, if we do this with the family, we always say, like, if I had to live one place and it was based solely on the food in the world, where would I want to live? So if you guys had to live one place
Based off of the food
and the food alone,
Japan. I love sushi.
Japan.
The Uncle Ray's Donuts. I don't know if you saw it, but some truck came in with a big bluefin tuna
What?
in an ice chest.
To their place.
Like 60-pound fish, gotta be.
What?
And so I'm like, I'm ordering sandwiches, right,
Yes.
for everybody. And I was like, I'll take the whole fish back there. And she was like, no. But after my sandwiches were made, she's like, hey, you want some of that tuna? I was like, yeah, I want some of that tuna. She's like, okay, you come back, I'll get you some tuna. I swear to God. So I'm going to go back probably after this.
So we're going to eat it raw?
I don't know.
That'll be good for the video.
Well,
Another video, man. I'm just saying. One time I went out deep sea fishing with some friends, caught a sea bass,
Nice.
pulled it out of the water, sliced it up, and ate it belly.
heck yeah.
Fish. Hot, warm, tasted like salty, it was pretty good.
I like.
Now, where would you live?
I'm happy here in California because we have
We do, but that's the thing.
They're like a culturally niche.
culturally
niche
like
food, yes.
Oh my gosh, that's hard because I like all types of food, different types of food.
That's
We all
why we
do.
gotta choose
Yeah.
one.
What's
We
your
all do.
favorite?
He chose the ultimate. I have my ultimate.
Yeah.
I love pho. I'm going to Vietnam.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
That's where I am. I'm going to Vietnam. I'm working the rice patties, and I'm going to eat some pho, bro.
Sounds
know,
nice,
There
honestly.
we go.
I'm always down for sushi. I'm always down for sushi.
So you guys,
gonna Japan?
hey, you guys have to move together.
Yeah.
He just had sushi the other day after he ate lunch here
So,
with me.
so I had lunch. So on Tuesday, I had lunch. I bought us lunch.
Yeah, he
did.
bought us lunch. You
So
did.
Thanks again.
And after we're done, I was like, "Oh crap! I have a lunch meeting with a friend of mine who's an agent
Yeah.
in Oxnard from a different company." And I was like, "Oh, she's down in the area. I was gonna meet her." So I was like, I headed down there and had a second lunch of sushi.
Fantastic.
And then on my way back, when I came back to the office, I get a phone call from one of our agents like, "Hey, come to Taco Tuesday with me." I'm like, "I'm full. I just got back from eating sushi and had Thai earlier." Like, just come out and hang out. Like, and I'm like, okay.
Did you end up eating food?
Yes, I had
Yeah.
3 more tacos. I'm
Do
such
you remember the first
foodie.
time you and I really ever connected?
Yes.
Was when that table out there was full of sushi
Full of
on Good
sushi.
Friday.
It was like
eight foot long table.
$200 worth of
It was
sushi.
like $200.
Yeah.
I mean, sent me to go pick it up.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "Oh, I have a little roll. I have one little piece." And we're like, "Guys, what the heck? There's
It was a lot left.
We killed
We
it. though.
freaking finished it, man. We did. I think you went and did jujitsu that night and threw up.
Yeah, I got carbon monoxide poisoning. That
Oh,
night.
yeah, you got
Oh,
carbon
that's-
monoxide
I remember
poisoning.
that. Same day.
That was a rough day.
It was
But it started out great.
It was,
you know,
yeah.
tons of sushi.
I had carbon monoxide, but I was full.
A man's last meal. Dang close.
That was a good one.
Oh, right on, man. Well, hey, I love you guys, man. It's been a good day. It's Friday. You guys have any plans for the weekend?
I kind of want to do karaoke this weekend.
No, we're doing karaoke this weekend.
Joining Teddy at the
Yes.
the market thing in
Nice.
Redlands tomorrow.
Nice.
And
nice.
then just homework and probably still working.
Good. Yeah, same here. Right? We're gonna work on the property a little bit and go to watch Indiana Jones movie tonight with Jessica and the kids.
Nice.
We're excited about that, and I think Sunday I'm gonna be singing at church, which I'm
Your
excited.
voice sounds better.
He's all
It's a little better, but it's still a little
"Kumbaya, my
raspy. I'll
lord."
be honest. Never heard the song. It's "I Love This Land" by the Clark family. So I've been practicing, but didn't have the track to practice without vocals on it. I'm having a hard time keeping my place. So John, one of the associate pastors, he knows it like the back of his hand. He's like, "Well, I could sing it with you." Part of me at first was like, "Well, no, I don't want to look like a bee, you know, at my church, my new church. Like, I want them to see me, like,
Right.
hey, I'm doing this, I got this." But then I thought, like, don't be prideful. Like, if he wants to sing with you, let's do it together.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna actually call him and say, "You know, bro, it would be an honor if you would sing it with me. You know, you can help me stay on right timing.
Yeah.
And then we can sing together and glorify God together."
Heck yeah.
That would be cool. So
Oh,
that's
that's the right
that's
way for
sure.
what I'm gonna do. Today.
Which that song is very difficult to find.
It is.
It's difficult. I can't even find the lyrics.
Oh yeah.
Can't find the lyrics anywhere. So
You're the music guy. So.
Yeah.
yeah. So I was like, I can find everything else, but
Yeah,
that
no,
one,
it was,
for some
it was a
reason.
rough one. There's a man who lives beside me. He fought in World War II. He proudly waves on glory high upon his roof. He rises every morning like it's Independence Day. That's a little bit for y'all.
Beautiful.
A little bit for
You
y'all.
can quit your day job. I've told you a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I think it's time we put you on tour.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. I love
He loves it. He loves
That
it.
is good, man.
Yeah, he doesn't come to my karaoke's.
I don't come to the karaoke's.
If you're
don't.
good at something, never do it for free unless it's for church.
This is true. See, I've never been offered tacos or anything.
Yeah, you gotta.
I always have food in my house.
I will be there. I will. We'll be there. We'll be there. But love you guys. It's Friday. I think we should call it a day and get to work. What do you think?
to work.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Heck yeah. All right. Peace out. Love you guys. See you next time.
All right, bye.